May profits be upon you. I'm looking again at Aussie dollar. Now, let me tell you straight up, Aussie is it it threw me off last week. All right, I had a I had a big old arrow moving up towards the highs here. All right, and I thought price was gonna come down into this order block here and reject up. It's not what happened. Price kept trading through. Now, what has happened has shed some light on it. What had happened was a bearish fair value gap was formed. All right, you can see it here from the bottom of this candle. That ridiculous doji. I hate dojis. And the top of this candle, and you can see that price has traded back up into that. Traded, made a fair value gap, pulled back up into it. Now, after price makes fair value gaps, I'm looking for, you know, an expansion, a second fair value gap to form, but price pulled back up, preventing that fair value gap to form. So I'm gonna watch and see what this reaction is. Now we already have a bearish reaction coming off of this fair value gap. So maybe price continues down from here. Let me get rid of that. All right, maybe price continues down from here. I don't know yet. All right, I just know that price is testing this untested fair value gap, and I'm expecting a bearish reaction. Let me tell you that much. All right. I also want to point something out too. You see these lows right here, here, all the way over to here? Those lows were swept. The sell side liquidity was taken. If you look at this, the Aussie dollar on the CFDs, I mean, at the FX pairs, you'll see that this low was not taken. But in the futures market, you can see that this was taken, and this is something that I trust a little bit more, as opposed to FX brokers. Futures brokers have to go through the Chicago Mercantile Exchange (CME). All right, that is regulated, and they have to be straight up. All right, no, they just have to work with the federal government. Right, they got to work with the Chicago Mercantile. They got to work with U.S. laws and stuff. All right, FX brokers, depending on where they're based, they can be all over the place, and they may not be regulated. They may be using A book and B book and all that good stuff, or just B book. Who knows? All right, so let me get off that rant. I want to show you something on the weekly. You can see 1, 2, 3 candles, very bearish momentum. That order block was supposed to hold this price. It's supposed to come down, maybe come down in here and start trading back up. That's not what happened. All right, we traded through that order block. When you start to see PD arrays failing, then you know that the market has a specific bias. All right, you have evidence that we have bearish order flow now, because this is a bullish PD array, and when bullish PD arrays fail, well, that's it. There's no reason to be taking buys. You better start looking at sells. Yeah. All right. This could be a failed swing. You understand? It was should have went like this, or maybe it was supposed to go like this. All right. But either way, it is heading down and trading through this that bullish order block, and now we're tapping on this one. Okay. So what do we do? Well, if price I'm telling you right now, all right, this is the easiest way to do this. If price makes a bearish order block, a bearish uh, fair value gap here, All right, and that's today's candle. All right, that it's not fully formed. That thing could shove all the way up in here. You don't know. All right, but if it forms this way and just continues and closes down here somewhere, all right, that's a bearish fair value gap, and that's a bearish indication that price is going to continue lower, and we are going to take this low. This low becomes the sell side liquidity target. Can I find it? Can I find it? There you go. This this becomes a sell side liquidity target. We already took these lows. All right. Price could very well, after it took this low, it it shot up. All right. We'll see what it does here at this fair value gap on the daily. Right? That's where we are. Boom. Okay. We are in contact with the fair value gap. This is the one from the weekly. All right. We don't need it because we're up in the daily one right here. All right, so if I go down to the 4 hour, what am I looking for? I'm looking for fair value gaps to form, like this one, right? Like this one. When you start seeing bearish fair value gaps, price price will probably fall into that and give us that. You understand? These should hold. These should hold. This is the way price works. Now, I also want to point out too that in the is it in the daily? All right. These series of bearish candles should have held price. It should This line should never have crossed, and it should have went up that way. It should have went, but uh, and when bullish PD arrays are failing and opposing candles are not acting as support, like this one. This one should have did the same thing. We were getting bearish indications early. Okay, uh, when they start to fail, well, these are signs that you got to take. This should have rejected price that way. This is an order block, man. All right, this is a bearish candle. That bearish candle should have acted as support. All right, this one, you see the rejection here. Let me move the lines. You see the rejections there. You see the rejection here on that bearish candle. You see the rejection here. Will it hold? Will it hold? Well, this one didn't. You see the rejection there, and then a little further, and then we start trading through it. I'm thinking this one may suffer the same fate. We're about to find out. We are about to find out. So right now, this is my draw on liquidity. We are in a fair value gap, so I'm looking at price to hit that draw on liquidity. Depending, everything's dependent on. Excuse me. Everything is dependent on uh, what happens with the U.S. dollar, whether it weakens uh, this week or not, uh, or whether it strengthens. If it strengthens, price is going to go down. If it weakens, we should trade through this order block. And the way to look at it is on the lower time frames, 4 hour, 1 hour, whether price is failing. We have failing bullish or bearish fair value gaps, whether we have fair value gaps developing with the direction that price is flowing. All right. That's the way you're going to determine which way to make your trade. And we got to wait and we got to see. All right. A lot of news this week, a lot of red folders. All right, high impact news, especially for the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, the euro, and the U.S. dollar. A lot of red folders coming up, so that could uh, bring price to consolidate. So just be patient, let the market unfold on Monday, tip its hand to us, and then we can make informed decisions. If you like what you uh, just watched in this video, hey man, leave me a comment. I want to hear from my viewers, good or bad, critical or not, or you agree, you want some more, whatever. And make sure you leave a like, and consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you and talk to you in the next video. Thank you for watching.